One of the biggest decisions people face when they think about moving to Florida is whether to settle in Jacksonville or Orlando. And on the surface, both cities look really appealing. Orlando has the theme parks, a huge tourism industry, and a central location, while Jacksonville gives you miles of coastline, the St. Johns River, and a lower cost of living compared to most large cities in Florida. But here's where people get stuck. Lifestyle and budget do not always line up the same way in each city. Currently in Jacksonville, the median home price is around $360,000, while in Orlando, it's closer to $395,000, and yet housing is just one piece of the puzzle. Commute times, schools, outdoor space, and even how the city feels day to day can completely change the experience. So today, we're going to break this all down and talk about where you actually get more lifestyle for your money. If you're new to my channel, my name is Josh Rogers, and I've been a real estate agent here in Northeast Florida for the past 15 years. My team and I have helped hundreds of families relocate to Florida, and what we really focus on is helping people find not just a house, but a home that fits their needs, lifestyle, and values. We want the process to feel simple and clear, and it almost always starts with a simple text. So if you're seriously considering a move and you want a team of local experts who know the neighborhoods inside and out, go ahead and send me a text so we can start narrowing things down together. Let's start with what most people look at first, which is housing and the overall cost of living. In Jacksonville, as of early 2025, the median home price is sitting around $360,000, and you can still find newer homes under $400,000 in neighborhoods that are close to good schools, shopping, and parks. Orlando, on the other hand, is closer to $395,000 for the median price, and homes in popular suburbs like Lake Nona, Winter Park, or Windermere often start in the $500,000 and climb quickly. Rent follows a similar pattern, with Jacksonville averaging around $1,550 for a two-bedroom apartment, while Orlando is closer to $1,750. But cost of living is more than just housing. Jacksonville tends to be slightly less expensive when it comes to things like groceries, utilities, and gas. Orlando, because of the heavy tourism traffic, sees higher prices around the tourist corridors, but at the same time, its economy is much more diversified into hospitality and entertainment. One of the biggest advantages for Jacksonville is space. Homes typically come with larger lots, and you'll notice that backyards and driveways feel more generous compared to similar price points in Orlando. And that's important because it means your dollar stretches a little further when it comes to square footage and outdoor space. Now that we've looked at the financial side, let's transition into the lifestyle differences that people notice every day. When people picture Orlando, they often think of Disney, Universal, and the constant buzz of visitors from around the world. And while that's true in certain areas, locals know that daily life in Orlando can feel very suburban, especially in places like Lake Nona, Winter Garden, or Oviedo. You get master-planned communities, great amenities, and a strong sense of convenience with shopping, healthcare, and restaurants all close by. The trade-off is that Orlando feels more crowded, and traffic can be heavy even outside of tourist season. Jacksonville, by contrast, feels more spread out. It's the largest city by land area in the continental United States, and that means neighborhoods are more distinct and often less dense. You have the beaches for a true coastal lifestyle, established riverfront neighborhoods like Mandarin, and gated golf communities like Jacksonville Golf and Country Club or Queens Harbor. People often describe Jacksonville as a big city with a small town feel because you have major amenities without the constant congestion. So if you want a vibrant, busy city where there's always something going on, Orlando delivers. But if you're looking for a little more space, a slower pace, and the option to get to the beach in 20 minutes, Jacksonville stands out. And speaking of space, let's talk about commuting and getting around. Here's where the two cities feel really different. Orlando traffic has been a challenge for years, and with the rapid growth, commute times have stretched out even more. If you live in Lake Nona and work downtown, you're probably looking at 40 minutes or more on a typical weekday, and that's if there are no accidents on I-4. Jacksonville's commutes vary depending on where you live, but in general, people find it easier to get around because the road network is more spread out. Yes, you'll still hit bottlenecks on I-95 or the Buckman Bridge, but you don't have the same constant congestion that Orlando sees on I-4 or the tourist corridors. One big advantage for Orlando is the airport. Orlando International is one of the busiest airports in the country and has direct flights to almost everywhere, while Jacksonville's airport is smaller with fewer direct routes. On the flip side, Jacksonville's airport is easy to navigate, parking is cheaper, and it's much less stressful to get in and out of. All right, now let's shift into schools because that's one of the biggest deciding factors for families. Schools play a huge role in choosing between Jacksonville and Orlando, and the two cities look different in this area. Jacksonville is split between Duval County Public Schools and St. Johns County Schools just to the south. St. Johns County is consistently ranked the #1 school district in Florida. Duval County schools are more mixed, but you'll find strong magnet and charter programs along with private options throughout the city. Orlando falls under Orange County Public Schools, which is one of the largest districts in the state. Schools like Timber Creek High, Winter Park High, and Lake Nona High are well known and attract a lot of families. Orlando also has strong magnet and charter programs, plus proximity to the University of Central Florida, which is one of the largest universities in the country. The challenge in Orlando is that school quality can vary quite a bit depending on the zone, so people spend a lot of time zeroing in on neighborhoods that match their priorities. So the real question is, do you want to prioritize the nationally recognized school district in St. Johns County, just south of Jacksonville, or do you want access to a very large and diverse district like Orange County with lots of choices? And while schools are a huge driver, lifestyle is also shaped by how you spend your free time, which brings us to outdoor living and recreation. Jacksonville has a clear advantage when it comes to outdoor living. You have 22 miles of beaches, the St. Johns River running right through the city, and an incredible park system with over 80,000 acres of parks and preserves. People who live here spend weekends fishing, boating, surfing, biking, or just walking the trails. Outdoor culture is part of daily life, and with the mild winters, you can enjoy it almost year-round. Orlando has fewer natural outdoor options, but it makes up for it with man-made recreation. Theme parks are the obvious draw, but there are also lakes throughout Central Florida where people boat, wakeboard, or paddleboard. Lake Eola downtown is a hub for events, and you can find green spaces in most suburbs, but you don't get the same ocean access or riverfront living that Jacksonville offers. Orlando shines if you love being near attractions, entertainment, and events, while Jacksonville is the choice for people who want direct access to the beach, the river, and a quieter, outdoor-oriented lifestyle. And that really ties it all together because at the end of the day, it comes down to what kind of lifestyle you want your money to buy. So both cities offer great opportunities, but the differences in housing, lifestyle, commutes, schools, and outdoor living will shape your daily life in very different ways. The right choice really depends on what matters most to you and your family. And if you're seriously considering a move and want help figuring out which city and which neighborhood actually matches your needs, just send me a text. Once I know what's most important to you, I can send you some options that make sense and guide you through the process step by step. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.